Yes, a very good morning everyone. We are back. So in the last session we quickly finished 4 questions of the November 18 RTP, and now we are going forward with the question number 5 and onwards. So let us quickly start with where we have stopped. I think in the last question we discussed activity based costing. काफी simple question था, and now we are going to question number 5, and I can see question number 5 is depending on the concept of cost sheet. काफी simple question है as per the new cost sheet format. So we'll quickly revise the cost sheet format. We have revised that before, but we'll quickly revise it once again. So cost sheet, what is a cost sheet? Cost sheet is nothing but a statement of all cost. Cost sheet ka method is based on total costing method. It has all the costs, be it variable cost, be it fixed cost, be it semi-variable cost, everything. And this is a statement which is prepared for a particular period, and we can also find the profits for the period when we compare cost of sales with the profit. Now a couple of things we have to find before we start the cost sheet. That is the number of goods for which the cost sheet is made, that is goods produced. We also need to know the number of goods for which the number of quantity or the quantity of goods which are sold, ताकि we can get the sales, which helps us to find the profit. We also need to find the absorption rate. Why? Because the absorption rate into my quantity produced or actual quantity produced is my absorbed overheads, which sits in the factory overhead. So these couple of things need to be found out before we start the cost sheet. Now coming to cost sheet format, we start from the raw materials consumed, opening plus purchase minus CS. Then we add the labor, we get the prime cost. Prime cost के बाद we add the factory overheads, variable and fixed. Variable is normal, output into cost per unit, या फिर number of hours into rate per hour. Then we compute the fixed overheads, that is my absorbed overheads, output produced into absorption rate per unit, या फिर standard hours into rate per hour. This will give me gross factory cost, after which I add my opening WIP, subtract my closing WIP, I get the normal factory cost. After this cost you add, you add the admin expenses which are production based. You may also add things like primary cost of packing, your quality, your inspection, your quality cost, R&D cost, all these things are to be added. Then we also subtract the sale of scrap as per the new format to get the COP, and it is this cost at which my goods are valued. So I add opening stock of finished goods at previous year's cost less closing stock of finished goods at current year COP. So if COP is for the cost of these many goods produced, what is the cost of closing stock? I get the stock valuation. This is my cost of goods sold, after which I add my admin cost general based. Then I add my S&D cost to get the cost of sales, and then you compare this with the sales to get the profit. ठीक है, काफी सिंपल कॉन्सेप्ट है कॉस्ट शीट का. बेस्ड ऑन द बेसिक्स ऑफ कॉस्ट शीट, देयर इज नथिंग conceptually new in this sum. It is simple. All the cost items are given to us, and we have to simply make a cost sheet to find the cost of production. So this, what I have discussed, should be sufficient for solving this question. चालू करेंगे. Let us start please. Question number 5 is what we are starting from, depending on cost sheet. So let's start. Question number 5. From the following data of some company, compute the cost of production. So COP is a part of cost sheet. So all we have to do is read the COP and stop. ठीक है. You got repairs and maintenance paid for plant and machine. You got insurance premium paid for inventories, insurance premium paid for plant and machine. Again, you got raw materials purchase, opening closing RM, wages paid, opening closing WIP. Then we have quality control cost in the manufacturing process, R&D cost, admin cost for factory and production, and others. अब ये others जो है वो जाएगा नीचे, that is COP के नीचे, and a factory cost of factory admin cost which are production based will go ऊपर as per the new format. Amount realized by sale of scrap, this should be subtracted before the COP, and packing costs necessary to preserve the goods, ये again COP में आएगा, and salary paid to director technical will not come before the COP. It appears to be more of an admin general cost. So no working notes required because we already have all the inputs which are required to make a cost sheet. So we can directly start with the solution. Now, before we start the solution, as per the ICI solution, they have done a small change in the cost sheet ka format. It won't affect total cost, but we would stick to what the format is. So we will solve as per our basic format. What I'll do is, in this part, in this screen only, I'll just write down कौन सा expense कौन से row में आएगा, and then we can directly go to the solution. So let us decide कौन सा cost किधर जाएगा. Repairs and maintenance of factory, this will go in factory overheads, because they are factory based. Insurance premium paid for inventories, again not a direct cost, or it's more of an indirect cost. Again it will go to factory overheads, assuming that the insurance is for raw materials. So it goes to factory overheads. Insurance paid for plant and machine, again this is my FOH. All these expenses are going to come in the FOH after I get my prime cost. Then you got raw materials purchase, ये अपना आएगा all these expenses, purchase, all this is nothing but RMC, raw materials consumed, opening plus purchase minus CS. Wages paid is my direct wages, will come before the prime cost. Opening closing WIP, this will help me to find after I get my FOH. So factory cost, एक मिनट, फैक्ट्री कॉस्ट प्लस मतलब फैक्ट्री कॉस्ट के आगे, ठीक है. देन क्वालिटी कंट्रोल कॉस्ट, दिस विल बी अगेन फैक्ट्री कॉस्ट के आगे. R&D कॉस्ट अगेन फैक्ट्री कॉस्ट के आगे. एडमिन कॉस्ट फॉर दिस विल अगेन गो फैक्ट्री कॉस्ट के आगे. एडमिन कॉस्ट अदर्स विल कम आफ्टर COP, सो दिस विल नॉट बी अ पार्ट ऑफ आवर कॉस्ट शीट. व्हाई? बिकॉज अपने को सिर्फ और सिर्फ कॉस्ट ऑफ प्रोडक्शन पूछा है, सो वी विल नॉट गो अहेड टू फाइंड एनीथिंग अबाउट COP. Amount realized by selling scrap, this should be subtracted from the factory cost, minus करेंगे, that's I'll just show in bracket signifying a subtraction. Then packing cost will again go factory cost के आगे. So once I get my factory cost, I'll adjust all these things, and then salary paid will not come in the COP or before the COP stage. बराबर. So what the ICI has done is, once I show you the solution screen, they have adjusted WIP एकदम नीचे, which is not in sync with what the module ka format is for cost sheet. So we will stick to our original solution and not what the ICI has done, at least in the RTP. ठीक है. So all these things are going to be coming in the cost sheet. मेरे को सिर्फ cost sheet में input करना है ये, and well that's it. Nothing is to be found out here. 1 minute, let me put my phone on silent. ये बचता ही रहेगा unfortunately. ठीक है. So let us go to the solution and check what the ICI has done. As I said, we will start from your raw materials consumed. So materials consumed is nothing but this figure. This coming from opening stock of RM plus the purchases and minus my closing stock. A simple basic formula to find the raw materials consumed. Raw materials purchased is never the cost. It is used to find the raw materials consumed. Consumption is my cost. Labor is coming directly from here, so I will get my prime cost. There is no confusion out here. After getting the prime cost, I will add the मशीन कॉस्ट, ये बराबर है, ऐड द इन्वेंट्री का इंश्योरेंस, ये भी अपना फैक्ट्री ओवरहेड्स, इसको भी ऐड कर देंगे. प्रीमियम पेड फॉर प्लांट एंड मशीन, ये भी ऐड करेंगे. आफ्टर एडिंग दीज थ्री कॉस्ट, आई विल एक्चुअली गेट माय ग्रॉस फैक्ट्री कॉस्ट एज यूजुअल. बराबर. नाउ जनरली आफ्टर गेटिंग द ग्रॉस फैक्ट्री कॉस्ट, we then adjust the opening closing WIP, because opening closing WIP adjust करने के बाद we get the net factory cost or simple factory cost. बराबर. So this is what the ICI has done, which is different from the normal format of cost sheet, but we will stick to the format of cost sheet which we have learned in the or from the study mat का format. So after we do these three things, so ये अपना पहला अपन करेंगे. So 862 के बाद this we'll do first. Then we will adjust opening closing WIP to get my normal factory cost. After getting my normal factory cost, what I will do is I will then add the quality cost. I will also then add the R&D costs. I will also add the admin cost production based, from which I will subtract the sale of scrap. I will also add the packing cost. All these things are going to come after my net factory cost. Frankly, अगर तुम ऑर्डर ऊपर नीचे करोगे तो फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा इन द फाइनल आंसर, बट एज पर द फॉर्मेट you have to adjust all these costs after factory cost as per the new format given in the study material, and we will stick to that format of the study mat. ये सब adjust करने के बाद we will actually get the cost of production. Let us see if we have missed out anything. अपन ने RM परचेस ले लिया, ओपनिंग स्टॉक ले लिया, CS ले लिया, मटेरियल्स कंज्यूम्ड आ गया, वेजेस आ गया, प्राइम कॉस्ट विल कम, ऑल दीज थिंग्स आर ऑलरेडी टेकन, रिपेयर्स ले लिया, इंश्योरेंस ले लिया, इंश्योरेंस में ये भी ले लिया, क्वालिटी कंट्रोल कॉस्ट आफ्टर फिक्स कॉस्ट, सो वो भी ले लिया, R&D आई मीन आफ्टर फैक्ट्री कॉस्ट, admin cost production again after factory cost, opening closing WIP will come before all these things, amount realized by sale of scrap has been considered, cost of primary has been considered, and this is my final cost of production. This is the total cost which has been spent to produce the actual quantity of goods. When I divide this cost with the total goods produced, I will get the COP per unit, which is going to be used to value my closing stock. We are not going there because we have been only asked to find my COP. And in this cost sheet, a couple of things have not come, which are admin cost, others, and salary paid to technical staff. इसका भी एक note देना चाहिए ICAI ने. Yes, there you go. Other admin cost does not form a part of COP, so we have ignored that. And salary of technical guy is also an admin cost, so we have ignored that, because as per new format, it is only the admin costs which are production based, which come before the COP. ठीक है, so this is how we have solved this. Frankly, ICAI ने थोड़ा order में ऊपर नीचे किया, but it has, or it will not impact the COP because they are simple addition subtraction. We haven't done anything different here. We have simply changing the order. Total cost should not change, but I personally recommend that you stick to the format given to us in the study mat, which is this. So after I get my prime cost, I will only add all these जो मैंने 1 लिखा हुआ है, ये वाले I will add all these things to get my gross factory cost. After gross factory cost, I will add opening closing WIP ये वाला to get my net factory cost or normal factory cost. After normal factory cost, I will add all the numbers जहाँ मैंने 3 लिखा है, मतलब ये and ये, and only after doing all these things I will get my COP. ठीक है, काफी सिंपल क्वेश्चन था, जस्ट दैट द फॉर्मेट हैज बीन चेंज. फ्रैंकली आई हैव नो क्लू व्हाई द ICAI हैज चेंज द फॉर्मेट हियर. विप के नीचे सब एडजस्ट करते, यू कैन रेफर द स्टडी मैट का कॉस्ट शीट का फॉर्मेट, उधर भी उन लोग ने विप पहले एडजस्ट किया है, एंड ओनली देन दे हैव एडेड ऑल दीस कॉस्ट ऑफ R&D, क्वालिटी एंड ऑल दीस थिंग्स. आई हैव नो क्लू व्हाई द ICAI हैज डन लाइक दिस इन द RTP. However, final answer will not change. Conclusion, I still recommend use the format given to us in the module. ठीक है, nothing new in the question, but a good question to revise the new cost sheet format, as you will know where to place expenses like R&D, quality control cost, admin cost, sale of scrap always subtract from the admin cost production based, and the net figure goes in the outer column to get my COP. बराबर, COP is going to be divided with the quantity produced, and this will give me the cost per unit, and this cost per unit will be used to value my closing stock. Not a part of this question because we are only finding COP, but as a concept this will be used to find my stock value. ठीक है, so question number what has been done, question number 5 is done. We will now move towards question number 6. ठीक है, चालू करेंगे. Pretty simple was question number 5, and now we'll move to question number 6, and I can see that question number 6 is based on the concept of cost accounting system. इसमें अपना वो था integral system of accounting and non-integral system, and इसके अंदर भी we are going to touch the concept of reconciliation. Pretty important concept and a confusing one for those who have not done a BRS in the foundation conceptually, because यहाँ पे also we are going to reconcile the profits. There we used to go from cash book to the passbook balance. Here we are going from cost sheet to accounting profits concept. Very similar concepts, but obviously this is costing and that is my pure bank reconciliation. So let's come back to what the chapter is. So a quick background of the chapter. First of all, we are maintaining books of accounts as per the costing system, and costing system is different from the accounting system. It is because of this that there is a difference in the profits as per the books of accounts of costing and books of accounts of accounts. Difference क्यों है? Because in the cost sheet we have the absorbed overheads, in the books of account as per financial system we have the actual overheads. Also, the valuation concepts or valuation principles are different in your financial records and different in costing records because of these couple of things. Okay, also there are no entries like bad debts, discount or interest in the cost sheet, but all these things are coming in the financial records. Again, one of the reason why profits are different. Bottom line क्या है? Profits as per cost records and profits as per financial records are different. It is because of this we are only reconciling. The chapter's first part is simply preparing the costing records as per your stored ledger control account, your क्या था अपना WIP account, FG account, overheads account, your wages account, your S&D account, COS, COGS, वो जो अपने system maintain किया था, that is nothing but costing records के हिसाब से finding the profits. And here what we are doing is we are reconciling those profits with the financial records. So It is simply a reconciliation chapter. Note that if the profits are different in different books of accounts, it is not because of an error. Accounting records are correct because they have recorded the transactions as per financial principles, and costing records are also correct because they have recorded the transactions as per costing principles. So nobody is right, nobody is wrong. What we are doing is only reconciling, exactly same like my BRS. You start from the cash book, go towards the passbook, or vice versa. Neither is the cash book wrong in recording things as per the cash book concepts, and neither is the bank wrong in recording the transaction as per their policies. Barabar? So we are only reconciling or finding the difference as to why there is a difference, or finding the reasons as to why there is a difference in my profits as per costing and your profits as per financial records. ये अपना हो गया कॉन्सेप्ट. सम्स करते कैसे हैं? लेट अस हैव अ क्विक एग्जांपल, वेरी स्मॉल एग्जांपल. सपोज द कॉस्टिंग प्रॉफिट्स, suppose the costing profits are rupees say 10,000, ठीक है, and the financial profits or the profits as per financial records, the financial profits are चलो maybe 15,000, बराबर. Now I am not saying 10,000 is wrong or 15,000 is wrong. I am saying 10,000 is correct using costing principles and financial profit of 15,000 is correct because they have used accounting principles. कोई भी चीज right नहीं, कोई भी चीज wrong नहीं है. Why is there a difference? Let's take examples. Suppose the closing stock as per costing. Let me write all these things because तुम भूल जाओगे. Suppose the closing stock as per the cost records is overvalued by say 2000, बराबर. तो हाउ डू यू डिसाइड ये 2000 ऐड होगा कि सब्ट्रैक्ट होगा? थिंक लॉजिकली. अगर क्लोजिंग स्टॉक ऑफ द कॉस्टिंग इज ओवर वैल्यूड, इट मीन्स क्लोजिंग स्टॉक हायर मीन्स द प्रॉफिट इज हायर. इफ क्लोजिंग स्टॉक इज हायर एंड द प्रॉफिट्स आर हायर, दैट मीन्स द प्रॉफिट्स ऑफ द कॉस्टिंग रिकॉर्ड्स, ये वाला 10,000 इज ऑलरेडी हायर. This means 10,000 is higher. We are going from higher to a lower figure even though 15,000 is higher. It is not 10 compared to 15. Always find the profits is low or high because of a transaction. इस transaction की वजह से, ये transaction की वजह से the profits could be high or low, बराबर. So because of costing closing stock being higher, the costing profits are higher. The costing profits are higher. That means we are starting from costing profit. मतलब the costing profits are higher. We are going from higher to lower amount. So I will subtract 2,000 from here. That's the concept. Compare a transaction. Do not look at 10 and 15. Look at the transaction's impact. This transaction of overvaluing closing stock has led to costing profits being more. Since we are starting from costing profits, these profits are more. That means we are traveling from more to less. So I will do subtract. Similarly, let us take one more example. Ki in the financial records, you have an interest income. बराबर. Now in the financial records, if there is an interest income, that means the financial profits are high. If the financial profits are high, that means the costing profits are low. If the costing profits are low and we are starting from the costing profits which are already low because of this income not there, that means we are traveling from lower profits to higher profits, and I will do add, and suppose the interest is 100 rupees, I will do plus 100. बराबर. Let's do one more last example. Suppose opening stock in financial records is less. ठीक है. Now suppose the opening stock in financial records is less. Opening stock is a cost item. So if the cost is less, that means the profits is more. That means if the profits is more, that means the financial records ka profits is more. That means we are traveling from lower profits of costing to a higher profits of financial. That means we will do add, and whatever is the difference at 1,000 rupees, I will do add 1,000 rupees. बराबर. इस तरह से I will give the impacts of all the transactions, and obviously ये सब all transaction addless करने के बाद we have to come at the 15,000 profits of the financial records. बराबर. So bottom line, कोई भी adjustment का impact ले लो, figure out which record के profits are more or less, and depending on where you start from, if you are starting from a lower profits going towards a higher profits, you will do add. If you are starting from a higher profits and going towards a lower profits, you will do less. But do not compare 10 with 15 directly. Compare the impact of a transaction and then do add or less. ठीक है, ये अपना हो गया सिंपल स्टेटमेंट, लाइक अ सिंपल स्टेटमेंट टू रिकंसाइल द प्रॉफिट्स एज पर कॉस्टिंग और फाइनेंशियल रिकॉर्ड्स। ठीक है, ये अपना कॉन्सेप्ट था। नाउ बेस्ड ऑन दिस कॉन्सेप्ट वी आर गोइंग टू सॉल्व द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन। होप तुमको सब कुछ याद आया होगा। दिस इज जस्ट टू रिकलेक्ट द चैप्टर और रिफ्रेश द चैप्टर। द क्वेश्चन इज वेरी मच इन डिटेल एंड काफी कुछ तुमको समझ में आएगा व्हेन वी सॉल्व द क्वेश्चन, बट आई डोंट वांट यू गाइस टू स्टार्ट द क्वेश्चन विद कंप्लीट ब्लैंक एज टू व्हाट द चैप्टर वाज, सो अ क्विक रिफ्रेशर शुड बी हेल्पफुल। ठीक है, सो होपफुली यस तुमको सब याद आया होगा। वी हैव सिंपली गिवन अ स्मॉल इंट्रो ऑफ व्हाट वी नॉर्मली डू एंड विद दिस इन माइंड वी आर गोइंग टू स्टार्ट with question number 6 which is based on cost accounting system. चालू करेंगे। Yes, so let us start. We are discussing question number 6 from the November 18 RTP. ठीक है, let us start. Question number 6 please on cost accounting system and reconciliation. So we are going to revise financial records. We are going to revise cost sheet because I think ये question के अंदर we have to also prepare cost sheet. ये वाला part का बात कर रहा हूँ and then last में we will be preparing reconciliation. ठीक है, सो लेट्स स्टार्ट प्लीज, लेट अस स्टार्ट। काफी अच्छा क्वेश्चन है टू रिवाइज एवरीथिंग बिकॉज कॉस्ट शीट कॉन्सेप्ट्स भी रिवाइज होंगे, रिकंसिलिएशन कॉन्सेप्ट्स भी रिवाइज होंगे। सो विदाउट वेस्टिंग टाइम लेट अस स्टार्ट। क्वेश्चन 6 प्लीज। The financial books of a company reveal the following data for the year end 31st March 8. So 31st March 08 का year ending का details देकर रखा है and the details are given for which books? Financial books. So these are financial books के records. These could be different from costing records because the valuation principles are different and certain costs are coming only in finance, not in costing. Example, interest, bad debts, etc. ठीक है, then opening stock, finished goods is 625 and the cost is 53,000. ठीक है, opening stock of WIP so and so. ठीक है, then you have raw materials consumed is 8,40,000, direct labor is 6,10,000, factory overheads is 422. Okay, tell me these factory overheads are actuals or absorbed? कॉमन सेंस है, दिस इज अ फाइनेंशियल रिकॉर्ड्स। फाइनेंशियल रिकॉर्ड्स में एब्जॉर्प्शन का कोई कॉन्सेप्ट ही नहीं है। एब्जॉर्प्शन इज अ कॉन्सेप्ट ओनली फॉर कॉस्टिंग रिकॉर्ड्स और दीज ऑब्वियसली मीन दे आर एक्चुअल्स। सो मुझे डिटेल्स में देना चाहिए व्हाट इज द एब्जॉर्प्शन मेथड एंड द रेट एंड आई विल गेट माय एब्जॉर्ब्ड ओवरहेड्स व्हिच विल अपीयर इन द कॉस्ट शीट। ठीक है, फैक्ट्री ओवरहेड्स so and so, admin overheads, production related. So now they are giving us a hint that these are production based admin expenses which mean in my cost sheet they will come before the COP. ठीक है, डिविडेंड पेड, टेल मी विल डिविडेंड पेड बी अ कॉस्ट इन द कॉस्ट शीट? नो, बिकॉज दिस इज अ फाइनेंशियल कॉस्ट appearing only in the financial records, not in the cost sheet. Bad debts again not in cost sheet. S&D overheads of 72, interest received not a part of cost sheet, अपना income it goes on the credit side of P&L account in the financial records. Sales of so and so units, okay, and closing stock so and so units. ठीक है, can I say that my finished goods का opening stock units are known, finished goods का sale is known and finished goods का closing stock is known. If I do your sales plus CS minus my OS, I will get the goods produced and it is for this quantity that a cost sheet will be prepared because I need to know the quantity produced before I start my cost sheet. Cost sheet is prepared for goods produced and then I adjust my closing stock to get my cost of goods sold. ठीक है, WIP so and so, ओके, WIP ऊपर भी था, अच्छा वो ओपनिंग है या क्लोजिंग है? ठीक है, करना क्या है? द कॉस्ट रिकॉर्ड्स गिव एज और हैव द फॉलोइंग डिटेल्स। ओवरहेड्स आर एब्जॉर्ब्ड एट 70%। एज आई सेड दैट दीज ओवरहेड्स किधर गए? दीज ओवरहेड्स फैक्ट्री ओवरहेड, हाँ, दीज ओवरहेड्स ऑफ 4,22,000 these must be actual because it is appearing in the financial records and 70% of wages is my absorbed overheads. This will come in the cost sheet. Then admin overheads are recovered at 15% of factory cost. ये अपना admin overheads का absorption rate है, will come in the cost sheet. S&D overheads are charged at 3 per unit sold. Okay, normally S&D overheads incurred and absorbed normally same रहता है, but here if they have given a separate rate for S&D, we will use this rate for the cost sheet purpose. ठीक है, then opening stock of FG is 120 per unit. Okay, now tell me, was the opening stock of FG given? I can say yes, this number is ये वाला. If the opening stock of FG का rupees is given, then ये rupees क्या है? As I said, the valuation principles are different. ऊपर का जो FG है 53,125 का, this is the valuation of FG as per financial records. And नीचे का जो है 120 per unit, this is valuation as per costing records. These are or this is one of the reasons why the profits as per cost and on financial records does not tally. आगे बढ़ेंगे. The company's WIP at factory cost, the company values work in progress at factory cost both for financial and costing purposes, that is normal. ठीक है, करना क्या है? We have been given details of financial records, we have been given the details of costing records. अब करना क्या है? 1. Prepare statements for year end so and so showing the profit as per financial records. Okay, financial records के details are given. Has the question given us the profits as per financial records? No. अगर profits ही दिया नहीं है, where do we start the reconciliation from? Which means we have to find the profits. We'll make a trading P&L combined account and we'll get the financial records का profits. Very simple, कुछ भी नहीं करना है. All these details are given to us. It's simple. We have to simply post debit or credit side and we'll get the profit directly without using any buddhi as such. Then second part, profits as per cost. Profit as per cost eventually means prepare a cost sheet. This will give us the profits as per cost records. And first part as in first ka subpart A, this one will give me profits as per the financial records. These two के बीच में reconciliation has been asked in part number 2. Prepare a reconciliation profit as per cost records with the profits as per financial, which means start from the cost and go towards the financial records. काफी अच्छा क्वेश्चन है लास्ट डे पे रिवाइज करने के लिए, बिकॉज रिकंसिलिएशन भी रिवाइज होगा एंड कॉस्ट शीट करने का भी रिवाइज अपना हो जाएगा. Simple, yes. So let's go in the order. As far the first part is concerned, we are finding the profits as per financial records. No data is to be found out. All data is given to us. It is just a question of inputting the correct things at the correct place. ठीक है. So let us start with a trading and a P&L का combined account, because there is no need to have GP and NP का split. अगर अपने को प्रॉफिट से रिकंसाइल करना है क्या जीपी और क्या एनपी, सो विल मेक अ कंबाइंड trading P&L and simply keep on posting the numbers from the given data. As I can see, FG will go trading debit, WIP again debit, RM consumed will go on debit side, labor debit side, overheads debit, admin debit, dividend paid heads a cost debit, bad debts again debit, S&D debit, interest received income on the credit side, rent received income again credit side, sales obviously is no credit side, closing stock sales के नीचे closing stock, and WIP again closing stock in the credit side. If you do all these things, you will see a trading P&L account like this. ठीक है. So as we discuss, opening stock आ चुका है इसके अंदर, WIP, these are opening WIPs and opening stocks, always debit side. All these expenses, RM, labor, overheads, admin, S&D, dividend, तुम्हारा bad debts, all the expenses are exactly same as given in all this data. So अपना कोई भी input change नहीं हुआ है. All this is simple posting. So let's not waste time here. Then go on the credit side, sales. Take sales from there, post it here. Take stock of finished goods, post it here. Valuation उधर दे के रखा है अपने को. Okay, don't use the valuation of costing here because we are doing financial records. So obviously it will not be a part of these records. WIP take figures from there, rent received income comes from there, interest income comes from there, and after simple posting I will get the profits as balancing figure, and this is my profits as per financial records. I haven't wasted time to find all these things because we are revising. There is no need to verify numbers वहाँ से आ रहे कि नहीं आ रहे. I have done that verification. All numbers which are coming in that table are directly coming in the trading P&L account. There is no need to do any calculation for any figure. सीधा numbers वहाँ से copy किया, यहाँ पे paste कर दिया, and this will give us the profits as per financial records. This is what we are going to reconcile from the profits of the costing records. बराबर. Now second part of the question was to find the profits as per, or to make a statement as per costing records. Now as I said, costing records के हिसाब से profit मतलब we are preparing a cost sheet, and before we start preparing a cost sheet, we find quantity produced, quantity sold, and absorption rate. And absorption rate क्यों? It is because I have to find the absorbed overheads, which is a part of cost sheet. बराबर. Let us go step by step. Do we have the quantity produced before we start the cost sheet? Do we have this? Directly mention नहीं किया है, but we can find it out because we know the finished goods का opening, we know finished goods का sales, and we know CS of finished goods. Sales plus CS minus OS will give me the quantity produced, and this is my first working note before I start preparing the cost sheet. So that is exactly what the ICI has done in the working note. Yes, that's what they have done. So what they have done is sales plus CS minus my OS, and this will give them the goods produced. This is the output for which I will prepare the cost sheet. Okay. Now let us go towards the data. So quantity produced is known. ठीक है, so एक अपना काम हो गया. Is quantity sold known? Yes, because quantity sold is अपना ये वाला 12,615, ये वाला figure is also known, so QS is known. Absorption rate, is absorption rate known? Yes, because this is my absorption rate, that is 70% of wages. Now since I have these three inputs ready, it is now that I can start the preparation of my cost sheet. This will give me costing records ka profits, and finally I will reconcile the costing records ka profit as per financial record ka profits. Clear about the sum ka structure and the thinking pattern? Yes, hopefully. Now we will start by preparing the cost sheet. So where does the cost sheet start from? Cost sheet starts from raw materials consumed. Now normally the RM consumed as per costing is different from the RM consumed as per financial, because of opening closing stock are different valuation. But in the absence of data, we will take the same valuation. We will take the same valuation of 8,40,000. This number is coming from here. So 8,40,000 is raw material consumed, or this will come from data. Take raw materials consumed as per financial, because no details is given. Take the labor also as per financial, no details is given, and overheads will be absorbed as per the absorption rate. So let us now go to cost sheet. This figure of RM of 8,20,000 is coming directly from the data. It is same because no other information is given. Then we have labor. This is also coming from the data. DM plus DL is going to give me the prime cost of 1450. After getting prime cost, I normally add my factory overheads absorbed, and the absorption rate is 70% of something, ye wala 70% of wages. So take the wages from here, 6,10,000 coming from here. This 6,10,000 into 70% is going to give me the factory overheads absorbed. As I said, this will always in the cost sheet be the absorbed amount only. Okay, it is because of this purpose that we have to find the absorption rate before starting the cost sheet. ये अपना हो गया. Then we get the factory cost. As I said, look at this format. ये format के हिसाब से factory cost के बाद ही opening closing WIP adjust किया है, unlike the previous question where WIP last में लिया है. So we will always stick to this format. Opening closing WIP. Now these two figures also generally keep on changing as per costing records and financial records, but in the absence of information, I will take the numbers from here. That is opening closing WIP, that is nothing but 46,000 opening and 41,200 closing. That is nothing but 46,000 opening and 41,200 closing, coming from the details, assuming that costing ka WIP and financial records ka WIP is the same. However, if numbers were different, then I would take WIP as per costing records in the cost sheet. ये अपना हो गया. Then we get the factory cost. After factory cost, I add my admin costs which are production based. However, the question has given directly that the admin overheads are production based, ye wala. Because of this we will add them. Absorption rate of admin is 15% of factory cost. So once I get my factory cost, I will apply 18,81,800 ka 15%, and I should get this number. After getting this number, I will actually get the COP. बराबर, because all other things in the data like S&D, dividend, bad debts, all these things never come before the COP. And well, this is my cost of production, 21,63,350, and this is used to value my closing stock, because since I have to prepare a cost sheet, I will have to adjust the opening closing stock of finished goods to find cost of goods sold. So what the ICI has done here, they have found the COP like this. Okay, alag pen मैंने use कर लिया है. Okay, here they have used this number to get the COP, and then they have given the solution starting from COP in the records like this. What we can do is COP find करने के बाद. So what we have done is we have found the COP at 21,63,350 as per basic cost sheet format. After I find my COP, what I do is I will add the opening stock of finished goods, and the question had told me that the opening stock of finished goods is to be valued at 120, ये वाला 120, and the opening stock quantity appears to be 625, ये वाला. So 625 into 120 is what I will do. Opening stock of finished goods 120 into 625 and minus closing stock of finished goods. Now closing stock will come obviously at COP. So if 21,63,350 has been the cost of production to produce 12,405 goods, what is the cost for closing stock quantity? And the closing stock quantity appears to be 415 into 415. This is what has been done here itself. 21,6350 upon 12,405 will give COP, and this COP will ultimately be used to value my closing stock of 415, and I will get some figure here, I'll get some figure here, and I will ultimately get the cost of goods sold. Once I get the cost of goods sold, I will add the S&D. It was at 3 rupees per unit into quantity sold, and 3 rupees is coming from the data which is here, and quantity sold is 12,615, which is here. So 12,615 into 3 into 12,615, this will give me S&D, and finally I will get cost of sales. Compare cost of sales with the profit, sorry, with the sales, and I will ultimately get the profit, and this profit will be as per what? As per the costing records. So this is how the cost sheet is to be prepared. What the ICI has done in its solution is, once it has find the COP, ये वाला, then it has started a cost sheet का statement starting from sales and using the COP. We'll discuss that as well, but तुम ऐसा भी कर सकते हो, because you are, or we all are accustomed to using a cost sheet format. So this is how the sum can be solved. What the ICI has done is I will discuss now. ICI has started from the sale revenue, that is nothing but sales into selling price, या फिर sales as per financial records, because sales is not going to change. From this I have subtracted the cost of sales. उसका working is COP. We start from COP. After COP we add the opening stock, so they have added opening stock. Then we subtract the closing stock as per the valuation, and we get the cost of goods sold like this. From the cost of goods sold they have added S&D, and I will get the cost of sales, and this cost of sales compared to this sales I will get the profit. So they have simply done the same thing but in a different format. So answer obviously तुमको सेम ही आने वाला है. You all can prepare the cost sheet as per what I have done also. तुम्हारा answer will not change. Fine. So अपना ये question भी हो चुका है और ये part भी हो चुका है. So first part done, second part done, and now the interesting part of reconciliation, where we have to now think कि कौन से adjustment की वजह से profits will be higher or profits will be lower, and accordingly we have to add or less. This is the crux of this question. ठीक है. So again concentrate, काफ़ी interesting है ये, and this normally I have seen a lot many students normally find it difficult to understand क्या ऐड करना है, क्या सब्ट्रैक्ट करना है, तो थोड़ा concentration extra करके अपन ये solve करेंगे. ठीक है. So we have found the profits as per financial records, which is किधर गया, which is this 69,725. We have found the profits as per costing, which is 76,177. We are going to start from the costing records and do reconciliation for the financial records, which should be, अरे किधर गया reconciliation? हाँ. So this is my reconciliation statement. Depending on add करना है कि less करना है, we'll keep on adding or subtracting depending on what has to be done. Set. Let us start the reconciliation. So we always, okay, we normally start from frankly any records. The question has categorically mentioned that prepare a reco statement of the profit as per costing records, as per costing records with the profits as per financial. So start करना है costing से, and we have to go towards the financial record. So my basic format is start from किधर गया, start from the costing record, which is this, and then we'll go towards the financial records का profit, which is this. बराबर, ठीक है. So let us start. How do we start? Go as per the your financial records. यहाँ से compare करो एक line item, compare this line with that line and get the difference. ठीक है. Now opening stock as per financial records is 53, मतलब ये वाला figure. Let us use a different colored pen. चलो, we are doing reconciliation. So opening stock of FG is 53 as per finance, and opening stock as per the costing records is this. किधर गया? ओपनिंग स्टॉक एज पर कॉस्टिंग गया किधर? ओपनिंग स्टॉक ऑफ फिनिश गुड्स ना, तो अपने ऐड किया है ना, 120 का कुछ वैल्यूएशन किया था अपन ने. हाँ, ये वाला 21,630 के नीचे यहाँ पे किया है ओपनिंग स्टॉक ऑफ, हाँ ये वाला. So 75 is the opening stock as per costing, and 53 is the opening stock as per financial. Tell me, where is the opening stock more? Opening stock is more as per costing records. That means opening stock is a cost item. That means the cost is more in cost records, which means the profits is less because of cost being more. The profits is less in cost records. That means this profits of 76,000 is less. We are going from less to more. So I will add the difference between the opening stock, and it will be addition to my costing records ke profits. Because the cost was more, opening stock being a cost item, the profits are less in cost, which means 76 is less. We are going from less to more. I will do add. आगे बढ़ेंगे. Then work in progress. I think WIP was 46,000 here also, 46,000 there also, so no difference. So अपना work in progress आगे बढ़ सकते हैं. 840 also same here, 840 is same there, no reconciliation. Labor is same here, labor is same there, no reconciliation. Overheads यहाँ पे आएगा 422 as per financial, and FOH absorbed amount is 427 as per cost, which means the expense is more in cost. Expense is more in cost, which means the profits is less. If profits is less as per cost, we are going from less to more, so I will do add. So this should also be added. किधर गया? Factory overheads 427, ये वाला minus 422, and I will get addition as per this as well. आगे बढ़ेंगे. Admin overheads 198 as per cost, 198 as per cost, and 281 as per, sorry 190, उल्टा बोला मैंने. Admin overheads 198, sorry 198 as per finance, and 281 as per cost. The expenses are more in cost, which means the profits is less in cost. We are going from less to more. I will again do addition. So admin overheads ये वाला is addition again, because expenses were more in cost, which means the profits are less in cost. Profits are less in cost, which means इसके वजह से the profits are more in financial. We are going from cost to financial. We are going from lesser profits to more profits. I will do addition. ये भी अपना हो गया. Then S&D expenses is 72 in finance, and S&D expenses is 37 in cost. Again, expense is more in cost, the profits are less in cost. We are going from lesser to higher, so I will do again addition for S&D as well. S&D अरे लेस कैसे किया है? S&D तुम्हारा किधर है? S&D 72 as per finance, and S&D is 37. Oh, मैंने क्या फिगर देख लिया था? Okay, तो S&D expense is 72 as per finance, and S&D is 37 as per cost. So expense is less in cost. मैंने I think कुछ और फिगर देख लिया था. The S&D is less in cost, which means the expense is less in cost. If the expense is less in cost, it means the profits are more in cost. If profits are more in cost, that means 76 is more. That means we are traveling from more to less. That means I will subtract the S&D expense as well. So expense was more in finance, which means the profits are less in finance. That means this amount of 69 is less. So I am going from more to less, so I will do less. So ये भी अपना हो गया S&D. Then dividend paid 122 is an expense only in the cost record, finance records. Expense only in finance, which means the profits are less in finance. If profits are less in finance and we are starting from costing, we are going from more to less. That means I will do less. So less 122. So less 122. Similarly, bad debts is also expense in only finance. Same logic as dividend. तो अगर dividend less किया है अपन bad debts भी less करेंगे. ठीक है. Then और क्या बाकी है अपना income side. Income side में तुम्हारा दिख रहा है rent received 46 is income only in finance. Income is more in finance, which means the profits is more in finance. That means the profits is less in cost. We are going from less to more. I will do add 46. So add 46 ये वाला. Similarly, interest received is also an income in finance, which means the profits are more in finance. We are going from a lower profits of costing to a higher profits in finance. So I will again do addition of rent received and interest received as well. So I think we have covered everything. CS बाकी है अपना. Closing stock is 45,000 as per finance, and closing stock is किधर गया अपना. Closing stock is 72 as per your finance. Sorry, 72 as per cost and 46 and 45 as per finance. Again, higher closing stock in costing, which means the profits are more in costing. We are going from more to less, so I will do less. So less of closing stock overvalued. That means we have covered everything. So if we start from this figure, after adding this and this, and after subtracting this and this, we are going to arrive, or we are going to reconcile the profits as per finance also. Fine. This is how we are going to solve, or we are solving questions of reconciliation. Start from any profits, go towards any profit. Bottom line, अगर एक adjustment की वजह से the profits are lesser to wherever you are going, then you do less. If the profits are more to wherever you are going, then you do add. We are only traveling from one profits to another, so depending on that you have to do add or less. बराबर. We are not doing any reconciliation, I mean we are not doing any rectification, we are not passing any entry in any books of accounts. We are simply reconciling. Costing records are correct to show for 76,177. Financial records are correct to show 69725. All we are doing is reconciliation as to finding the reasons as to why the profits are different, and that is it. Poof. So one more question gone. Question number I think 6 is gone. So we have done 5 and we have done 6. So without wasting time, we are going to question number 7. ठीक है. So question number 7 is on the chapter of contract costing. Now contract costing has not been revised till date because अपना contract costing का sum अपना contract costing का sum has not been covered in the first RTP, so we will just quickly revise contract costing. चालू करेंगे. Let's start please. Contract costing. What was contract costing? Contract costing is nothing but a system where we find the profits of contractor. Contractors are nothing but people who are taking the contracts to build a dam, building, bridge as the cases, which means the project is going to last for more than 1 year or 2 or 3 years. बराबर. इससे क्या होगा? We cannot wait for 3 years to book the profits. It is because of this that we book something called as notional profits. It is as if. इसका मतलब क्या है? इसका मतलब ये है that suppose I have taken a contract. Suppose I have taken a contract to make or to build a building, and the building is of 10 floors, barabar, and suppose it is going to take me 3 years to make a building of 10 floors. Does that mean I'm going to wait for all the 3 years and building के end में मैं profit book करूँगा? नहीं. So at the end of 1 year, suppose at the end of 1 year I have prepared 3 floors, barabar. Now what we'll do is we'll assume that 3 floors is also a product, in which case I'll find the profits of 3 floors. But normally क्या होता है, this entire building is 1 unit. That means the building is not sold yet because the building is not ready yet, so we can't actually book the profits. So what we do is we assume that what if 3 floors would have been a fully finished product, in which case I will find the 3 floors ka sale value and the 3 floors ke cost on a notional basis, and I will get something like a notional profit. Why notional? Because this is as if 3 floors is a contract and I have finished the 3 floors. So my job is to find 3 floors ka profit. But since ये actual profits नहीं है, the term used is notional, and my job in this chapter is to find the notional profits of a contractor. वी आर इन द बुक्स ऑफ कॉन्ट्रैक्टर एंड कॉन्ट्रैक्टर का प्रॉफिट्स होगा and we find the notional profits of the contractor. It's as if the semi finished or half finished project is to be taken as a fully finished project and find the profits as if that is a fully finished product. ये अपना objective है. How do we do that? What we do is we prepare a contract account. We prepare a contract account. This is how the contract account is prepared, and these are a couple of things that come in the contract account. We normally start from direct material. जो भी इस साइट के materials है वही साइट के खर्चे यहाँ पे आएंगे, because we are finding this contract's profit. Direct labor will also come, overheads will also come. कोई भी plant है जिसका depreciation है that will also come. Any supervisor who is supervising this contract उसका खर्चा भी यहाँ पे आएगा. Coming to the contract account credit side, we write by work in progress because the contract is not fully ready, but we split WIP into something called as work certified. There is a surveyor who comes and certifies कि भाई building ready कितना है. He will come and tell me कि building 30% ready है because अपना 3 floors build किया था out of 10 floors. I am giving just an example. This 30% will be applied. This 30% will be applied into the contract price and I will get the work certified. This is like my notional sales. कि अगर 30% of the building would have been a finished building, this would have been its selling price. Then it is possible that I have built the 4th floor also, लेकिन for some reason the contractor or the surveyor certified only 3 floors. So the cost of the 4th floor is nothing but cost incurred but not certified, or work completed but not certified. This will be your work uncertified, and work uncertified always comes as at cost. This is more like closing stock. And finally I will get something called as a notional profit. I'm again repeating ये notional profits क्यों है? It is because ये actual sales नहीं है, because out of 10 floors it's only 3 floors which are complete. So as if मैं 3 floor को बेचता तो इतना पैसा मिलता, इतना cost incur हुआ है and इतना profits होता. It is because of this reason that is called notional profit. As far as new syllabus is concerned, we only find the notional profits. We don't go ahead because एक step इसका आगे जाने के बाद ये था, we find the share of notional profits that goes to P&L and the share of notional that goes to something called as provision for contingencies. But this part is not there in the new syllabus, so you guys need not worry as to how to split the notional profit into P&L content and into provision for contingency content. ये अपना से old course के लिए था, so we are not discussing that, which means this chapter is extremely simple and very scoring. ये अगर chapter तुमको exam में आया तो उसको पूरा marks तुमको मिलना ही मिलना है, because it is very simple. Only complication can be is to find the split of work certified and work uncertified. वो क्वेश्चन के हिसाब से फाइंड करना पड़ेगा अपने को, ठीक है. So this was a simple refreshment of what contract costing was. My job is to prepare books of accounts of the contractor to find the notional profits. Work certified, always a percentage of the surveyor certificate into my contract price, because contract price will be cost plus margin. This is like my sales, notional sales. Work certified will be at contract price. Work uncertified is more like my stock, that is why it comes at cost. And वो होने के बाद compare this with the debit side, I'll get notional profit. Sometimes you purchase or issue some materials towards the contract, but some materials are unconsumed, and that stock can also come here as closing stock of materials, and obviously it will come at cost. बराबर. Sometimes the question may mention that some materials were destroyed or lost by theft. That is more like my abnormal loss. We use the valuation concept, and valuation जो भी आएगा cost का, that will again come on the credit side of contract, because we remove abnormal loss from the contract and this loss will be debited to costing P&L. Exactly same like my accounting treatment of goods lost by fire. Remove it from trading, put it to P&L. Here we'll remove it from contract and put in costing P&L, but the credit to contract account will always be at cost. इसमें से अगर कुछ पैसा मिलता है फ्रॉम इंश्योरेंस कंपनी, वो नेट ऑफ करके जाएगा कॉस्टिंग P&L में, बट पैसा मिला हो या पैसा नहीं मिला हो, दिस एंटायर कॉस्ट cost will always come on the contract credit side for abnormal losses. याद आया सब? Hopefully yes. And this was a simple introduction of what contract costing is, and this will help us hopefully to solve the question on contract costing, which is question number 7. So hopefully तुमको सब याद आया होगा, and now we'll be starting with question number 7 based on contract costing. चालू करेंगे? Yes, so let us start contract costing. Question number 7, November 18 RTP is what we are doing. So let's start reading the question, please. Question number 7, a construction company undertook a contract at an estimated price of 1,08,000. So this is more like my contract price. ये अपना contract price है, ठीक है? Which includes a budgeted profit of 18 lakhs. The contract price has to include a profit because this is always at a selling price. Because ये अपन quote कर रहे हैं, अपने quotation price में हमेशा profit होना चाहिए. Relevant data for 31st March 8 is as follows. ठीक है, materials given to side ये आएगा contract account के debit side में 5,000 in 5,000, okay, in 1,000, so it's 50 lakhs. ठीक है, wages paid, again this will come to contract debit side 3,800. Plant hired is hiring cost for the plant assumed to be used for the contract will come on debit side. Site office cost ये अपना office का site expenses है, ये भी खर्चा है, debit करो. Return from the site, either knock off 100 from 5,000 or return will be on the credit side of contract account because ये मेरा cost नहीं है. If something is returned from the side, ये consume नहीं हुआ है, we obviously assume 100 was a part of 5,000, so remove from 5,000 or 100 will come on the credit side. ठीक है, expenses 500 direct contract debit, work certified 10,000. We'll assume that this is at contract price because we don't have the details of work completion and all, so assume 10,000 is at contract price. Then work not certified, this is work done but not certified. In my example, अपना अगर 4th floor ready है बनके, लेकिन the surveyor told 30% ready and for some reason he has not certified the 4th floor, which means cost of work done not certified will come at cost, and we'll assume that this 230 is at cost. Payment received, this is nothing but the cash received. The entry for this is cash bank debit because cash is coming in, and this is the advance coming from the contractee. We are the contractors, so cash account debit to contractee, and contractee becomes our liability because ये उसने advance दिया है. This is not towards sale. Sale तभी होगा जब building ready होगा, अभी ये सिर्फ मेरा advance है. So cash account debit to contractee is the entry. Cash to contractee will not come anywhere in the contract account, which means this entry will find no place in our contract account to find the profits. Then a special plant was purchased at rupees 8 lakh. 8 lakh is the purchase price. अपना काम है contract के debit में लिखना not the price or the cost but the depreciation. So इसके ऊपर depre will be used depending on for how many months the machine was used in the contract. If machine was used for 3 months, I'll take 3 months depre. If machine was used for full year, I'll take full year's depre. And after use on this contract for 31st Feb so and so, it was valued at 5 lakhs. So can I say 8 lakh का cost था, contract पे use करने के बाद the value became 5 lakhs. The difference in the value is because of its use on the contract. It is more like depreciation. So 8 lakh minus 5 lakh, 3 lakh will be debited in the contract account towards this specific plant's depreciation. Opening cost or cost minus closing value, or what we can write is 8 lakh debit side and 5 lakh credit side as stock of machine, but generally we should prefer writing depreciation, not cost and closing stock, closing balance. Then the cost of materials at site at the end of the year is 18 lakh. 18 lakh is cost of materials unused because ये stock में पड़ा हुआ है, that means consume नहीं हुआ है, will come on the contract debit side. And wages accrued is 1,10,000. So when we write wages paid of 3,800, we'll add 1,10,000 because they are outstanding, not paid. It is accrued but not paid. Obviously, we record the contract के things as per the accrual concept, not as per payment concept. ठीक है, ये पता हो गया. अभी करना क्या है, लास्ट पार्ट करना है अपने को कॉन्ट्रैक्ट अकाउंट फॉर द ईयर 31st March 8. वेरी वेरी सिंपल. देयर इज एब्सोल्युटली नथिंग दैट वी आर गोइंग टू फाइंड सेपरेटली इन दिस. All these numbers copy from here, put in the contract account. As we have discussed, कौन सा account किधर side पे आएगा. All we have to do is prepare contract account hardly for 5-8 lines and keep on posting all these things. The only thing is to be remembered is wages paid को add करना है अपना outstanding. अपने को expenses नहीं, अपने को प्लांट का डेब्री ना है, दैट इज 8 लाख माइनस 5 lakhs, and we have to also write materials at stock at the end of the year on the credit side, and materials returned will also come on credit side. All other things are simple copy and paste. कुछ भी नहीं करना है. Let us see. As I said, materials issued to site was 5,000. This will come on debit side. इसमें से 100 were returned, so 100 will come here, or you can simply post 5,000 less 100. Then some materials were on the site, and that is my closing stock of materials at site. So 5,000 minus 18 minus 1 is my net cost of materials consumed towards this contract. Labor paid is 3,800 plus you add outstanding. Don't make the mistake of adding 1,10,000 to 38. 1,10,000 is in proper rupees, 38,100 is in thousands मेरे ख्याल से. So वो तुम बराबर अमाउंट कंपेयर कर लो, या फिर वो छोड़ो thousands and lakhs, तुम पूरा पूरा फिगर लिखो कॉस्ट अपना कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में. इट्स ऑब्वियसली प्रिफर्ड. कोई अगर फिगर राउंड फिगर में अगर नहीं होगा तो तकलीफ होगा. सो माइट एज वेल आई पर्सनली प्रिफर टू राइट द फुल अमाउंट्स. वो क्यों थाउजेंड्स और क्यों लैक्स में पूरा पूरा अमाउंट लिख दो ना. Then plant hire is obviously a cost given directly in the details to us. Site office cost is again directly given to us, no problem. Expense is given to us. Debris of the plant, this amount of 3 is coming from 8 lakh cost minus 5 lakh WDV. The net figure of 3 lakh in thousands, I think 300 should come in the debit side. Then coming to the credit side, work in progress 10,000 and 230. This 10,000 you can write a note, it is assumed at contract price, and this 230 it is assumed at cost, because the closing work uncertified always has to be at cost. Details दिया नहीं है, we have to assume 230 they have computed as per cost. So कोई टेंशन नहीं है इसके अंदर. And after finding all these things, we are ultimately going to find something called as notional profit. Now in the old course, not relevant to you guys, in the old course this 1450 was actually split between that content that goes to P&L and that content that goes as a provision, but that part is not there for new syllabus guys, and this is where the question ends. As I said, कुछ भी question में difficult नहीं था. It was very very simple and straightforward question, nothing to discuss only in this question. The only thing was that प्लांट का डेप्रिसिएशन इज ऑलवेज कॉस्ट माइनस WDV, एंड इफ डेप्री का रेट वुड हैव बीन गिवन देन वी शुड यूज 8 लाख इनटू डेप्रिसिएशन रेट इनटू नंबर ऑफ मंथ्स द प्लांट वाज पुट टू यूज ऑन दिस साइट, एंड वेल दैट्स इट. वन मोर क्वेश्चन हो गया, दैट इज क्वेश्चन नंबर 7. तो अपना अभी के लिए अपना 5 हो गया, अपना 6 हो गया, अपना 7 हो गया, एंड नाउ वी विल बी गोइंग टुवर्ड्स द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. एक मिनट. Any important message? One minute guys. One minute guys, please hold on. तुम्हारा अच्छा ब्रेक हो गया. I cannot cut and edit lectures, उसमें बहुत टाइम जाता है, so तुम 5 मिनट का ब्रेक ले लो. I have to थोड़ा सा मुझे WhatsApp पे I have to deal with some things. तुम्हारा ही लेक्चर का इश्यूज सॉल्व कर रहा हूँ. द November 20 बैच. 1 मिनट. Oh. There is a power cut at Goldie sir's residence. Okay, let's resume. So we have done question number 7 and now we will be going to, okay, is the 7 complete? पूरा हो गया क्या? मैंने बीच में कुछ छोड़ा ऐसा? नहीं पूरा हो गया. So contract costing का question number 7 is also done. We are now going to go on question number 8. It is on job costing. Now job costing में कोई नया concept नहीं है. It is nothing but a simple it's a simple cost sheet, just that we are not making the cost sheet for units. We are preparing the cost sheet for one particular job. So अपने को उस particular job के ही details दिए होंगे. So all we have to do is take the details from the question and prepare the same statement as per the cost sheet format. Just that ये goods के लिए नहीं है, ये एक job के लिए है. And frankly a job can be for 10 goods or 15 goods and that's it. So we are not preparing a cost sheet for a particular year. We are not preparing cost sheet for a particular period. We are only preparing cost sheet for one specific job and well that's it. DM will be given, DL will be given, absorption will be given, opening closing stock शायद नहीं दिया होगा because we are doing job costing. So opening jobs and closing jobs नहीं होगा and well that's it. So there is no new concept to be learned. It's only for a job that we are doing. And if the question has told us कि इस job के अंदर 50 goods है, then at the most we can find the cost of one unit by dividing the job cost upon number of units in that particular job. And well, that is it. कोई भी नया concept नहीं है. Well, so let us read the question. We are now doing question number 8 of job costing. चालू करेंगे. Let us start please. Job costing. A company has been asked to quote for a job. As I said, एक job के बारे में quote करना है. We are not doing the cost sheet for one particular year or any particular period. Specifically for a job. The company aims to make a net profit of 30% on the sales. It is simple. What we normally do is cost plus profit is equal to sales. अगर 30% of sales है, so let the sales be 100. Profit is 30 and the cost becomes 70. जो भी cost आएगा that corresponds to 70. What corresponds to 100? I'll get the sale value if I want to earn 30% margin. Then direct material 10 kg at 10. That is given to us. ठीक है. Labor 20 hours at 5 given to us. Overheads are 2 per labor hour. ऊपर से labor hours मिलेगा, नीचे से rate मिलेगा. I can get the your overheads cost. Overheads of the company are 1 lakh budgeted each year, but are we doing annual profits? No, we are doing job costing. So I should divide 1 lakh with the annual number of hours, which is I think 10,000. We'll get the absorption rate and use the absorption rate on the jobs hours to get the jobs overheads content. Then these are 10,000 hours. Job के other S&D cost is equal to 50 per job. So simply add 50 and I'll get the cost. Once I get the cost, that cost will correspond to 70. And what corresponds to 30? What corresponds to 100? I'll get the job's sale value. ठीक है, काफी सिंपल है, 2 मिनट में हो जाएगा. Let us start. Direct material, as I said, it is 10 kg into 10 only for this job. Labor के के लिए hours was given I think and the rate was also given, so 20 into 5 directly, ठीक है. Rate of your overheads was given, 20 hours is coming from ऊपर same hours. Okay, always the hours for overheads and the hours for your labor will always remain same. It will never happen कि laborers took 100 hours and we have absorbed or taken overheads 120 hours. ऊपर अगर 100 hours है तो variable overheads भी 100 hours के लिए ही होंगे, ठीक है. Then we come to overheads. As I said, we don't want the annual overheads, we want the jobs overheads. So what we do is annual overheads upon the hours, I get the absorption rate, and once I get the absorption rate into my number of hours, again these will again come from here, so I'll get my overheads content, and other cost is simply per job, so I will do that. I will add 50 directly in the cost sheet and I will get total cost of the job. As I said, this will correspond to 70, what corresponds to 30 and what corresponds to 100. I will get my sale price to be 700 and the profit to be 210 as per the profit margin of 30% on sales, and well, that's it. As I said, job costing is not something that is to be learned. Cost sheet का format is to be applied on a particular job, and well, that is it, nothing more to be done. So 4, 5, 6 and 7, sorry, 5, 6, 7 and 8 are done, and we will now, I think we do have time, एक और question कर ही लेते. ठीक है, so अपना job costing भी हो चुका है, and now 5, 6, 7, 8 is done in this session. We are now going to question number 9. I think what we'll do is number 9, I mean question 9 in the process costing काफ़ी बड़ा question है. What we'll do is we'll do 9 after this session and we'll take a smaller question, and that smaller question is question number 10 based on the joint products and byproducts. बराबर. So let's quickly revise this chapter because we have done this chapter in the previous MTB. So ये अपना quickly revise हो जाएगा. Cost, so what are we doing in this chapter? In this chapter we are doing allocation. We are doing allocation of common cost or joint cost among all the 4 products or all the 3 like products or all the 2. So जितना products अपना एक साथ बनेगा, those are called my joint products, and I am going to allocate the common cost or joint cost amongst the respective joint products. The methods used are sale value method or the notional sale value method or the physical output method. The best method is sale value, output into selling price. जो भी sale value आएगा cost allocate करो that ratio में. If selling price is not available at the point of split off, it is the point where A, B and C became A, B and C. So if SP is not available at the point of split off, we do final sale value minus my post separation cost, I get a notional sales value, and this is the basis of allocation of joint cost. As per the third method, जो भी अपना output का weight है, उस weight के ratio में we allocate the common costs. Then the next concept was to find the depth in processing. We compare the final sale value with the sale value at split off and compare the incremental sale value with the post separation cost. I will get incremental cost minus my post separation cost. If there is a net benefit of going ahead, we will go ahead. If there is a net cost to go ahead, we will not go ahead and sell at the point of split off. याद आ गया? Hopefully yes. And based on this concept, based on this simple concept, we are going to solve question number 10, that is based on joint and byproducts, and we'll then do question number 9 in the next session. So we are not skipping any question, we are just doing that a little later because काफी time हो चुका है and this is a smaller question, so I have decided to do question 10 and not question 9 now. In the next session we'll start from 9 and then jump to 11. ठीक है, so last question for this session. So let us start question number 10 joint product and byproduct चालू करेंगे. Last question है, ध्यान दो. चलो question number 10 please. In an oil mill 4 products emerge from a refining process. So एक ही process है, 4 product बन के आया है. So this is a joint product. ठीक है. Total cost of input in the quarter is 148. Can I say this is my common cost? Yes. Joint cost? Yes. Both mean the same thing. 148,000 were incurred before the 4 products became 4 different products. ठीक है. The output and the sales and the additional processing cost is as given. So output is 8, 4, 2 and 4. ठीक है. Additional processing cost after split off. So as we can see, we have spent 43,000 for processing A further. We have spent 9 to process B further. We have spent nothing to process C, which means C is sold at split off, and we have spent 1,500 on D further, which means A, B and D are further processed as of now. C is not processed. ठीक है, 172, 15, 6 and 45. Can I say these are my sale value? Yes. Are these sale value at the point of split off or post separation? They are post separation because the table pertains to data for all the things after separation. So obviously these are my final sales value, that is sale value after separation, I mean sale value after processing. ठीक है, इन केस द वर्ड यूज्ड आर इन केस, मतलब इफ इन केस दीज प्रोडक्ट्स वर डिस्पोज एट द पॉइंट ऑफ स्प्लिट ऑफ. सो अगर स्प्लिट ऑफ पे बेचते, वन मोर हिंट मींस दैट द अबाउ टेबल इज नॉट एट द पॉइंट ऑफ स्प्लिट ऑफ बिकॉज स्प्लिट ऑफ का डिटेल्स अभी दिया है अपने को. दैट मींस द अबाउ टेबल इज फॉर फाइनल सेल वैल्यू, बट इफ दे वर सोल्ड एट स्प्लिट ऑफ then the SP is as follows: A का 15, B का 6, C का 3 and D का 7.5. The SP of 3 will tie up because C has not been processed further, which can be seen 6000 divided by 2000 is 3. That means we have not processed C further. The hint is coming from ऊपर का table, and the fact that selling price is tying up with the sale value means it was sold at the point of split off without further processing. अभी करना क्या है? Produce a statement of profit. So we have to simply find the profits if the products are sold after processing and if they are sold at the point of split off. Has the question told make a decision? No. So what we'll do, अगर ऐसा करेंगे तो प्रॉफिट्स ऐसा होगा, खत्म. अगर ऐसा करेंगे प्रॉफिट्स ऐसा होगा, खत्म. अपने को कोई डिसीजन नहीं लेना है. Frankly, we can make a decision depending on the final sale value and the incremental sale value and the incremental cost of processing. But if पूछा ही नहीं है तो अपन शाना नहीं बनेगा. We have to simply find the profits if sold at split off. Find the profits if sold at final sale value. Simple. ठीक है, so all numbers are given to us. All we have to do is simply make a columnar table and find A, B, C and D के respective profits, and well, that's it. Final sale value is given, post separation cost is given. Okay, all we have to do as a small working note that we are going to allocate 148,000 on the basis of sale value method. First of all, has the question told me which system to use? No, but always prefer to use the sale value method first because that is the first preferred method, and then notional and then output method. So 148,000 is going to be sold in the basis of the sale value method, and that is going to be to A, B, C and D. And the sale value, can we or can I say मेरे पास A, B और D के दोनों options available है. I can find the sale value at split off also and I can find notional also because we have the final sales value and we also have the post separation cost, which means दोनों option available है. We should always go for sale value if sale value is available, which means I will find sale value of A, I will find sale value of B, I will find the sale value of C, I will find the sale value of D and not the notional sale value because we do have the sale value, which means I should take SP at the point of split off, which means I should use this data and not this data for cost allocation. Cost allocation के लिए I need sale value or at the split off. So very simple. What is output? So output into 15, output into 6, output into 3 and output into 7.5. ये जो भी numbers आएंगे we will use to allocate the common cost of 148. ये 148 common cost हो गए. We have the SV at split off, we have the common cost, we also have post separation cost. We will get the profits if the goods are sold at final sale value. However, if the goods are sold at split off, we have the sale, we have the cost allocation, and we will then not take this column of post separation cost because we are selling at split off in part 2, and well, that's it. The only working note required is to split the cost in this ratio, and once this note is ready, we simply have to find the profits. So let us go to the solution. Statement of profitability after carrying galat pencil as usual. After carrying the further processing. So in the first table we are processing the goods further, which means we will now start from the final sale value, matlab the sale value of the first table. So sale value is 172, 15, 6 and 45. Since we are selling this after separation, we'll also take the cost post separation, which is 43, 9 and 1500. एक ही cost बचा is the allocation of joint cost amongst the 4 products, and this is what they have not shown. They haven't even shown the allocation basis, so they have simply given a note that share of joint cost has been arrived at after considering the sale value at the point of split off. So that is nothing but these value 120, 24, 6 and 30. So we will allocate 148,000 in the ratio of 120k is to 24k is to 6k and is to 30k. ये जो भी मैथ्स करने के बाद नंबर्स आएंगे, these are going to be this 98, 19, 49, 49 and 24. So once we have my final sales value, once we have done the allocation of joint cost as per sale value, once we have taken the post separation cost, we are ultimately going to get the profits of 30, loss of 13, profit of 1000 and loss and profit again of 18,833. This is the final profit if at all we decide to go for further processing of A, B and D. C anyways is not going further because there is no post separation cost. First part done. Now second part, all the more simple. Second part mein we are taking the sale at the point of split off, which means the sales value is going to be this only, ये वाला column. अरे अलग पेन यूज कर लिया. ये वाला column, which we have already found out to find the allocation of joint cost. ये अपना हो गया sale value, and since we are selling the goods at the point of split off, the only cost we will find is the cost of joint cost, which is coming from here only, first वाला table से. ये वाला costs. अरे अलग पेन वापस यूज कर लिया मैंने. हाँ. So ये वाला जो cost है, these are the only costs which are going to come here. So these are my cost post separation, my joint cost allocation, and since we are selling at sale value, I mean at the point of split off, in the second table we are not going to have the cost of processing further, and these are my profits if I decide to sell at the point of split off. So as I can see, the profits are more for A after split off. So basically A, so अगर decide करना होता तो A should be further processed, B should not be further processed, C तो वैसे का वैसा ही है, and D should also be further processed because there is incremental profit. ठीक है. And well, since the question has not asked us कि process करना चाहिए कि नहीं करना चाहिए, we should end the question here also, that we have found the profits if I decide to process the goods further, and we have also found the profits if I decide to not process the goods further and sell at the point of split off. Zala. So 5 done, 6 done, 7 done, 8 done, 9 अपन ने बात के लिए रखा है, and 10 done. So we have done 5 questions in this session. Hopefully this has helped. We'll now take a break, and in the next session we will do the questions from 9, 11, 12, 13, 14. So because we have 5 more questions to go to finish off the RTP of November 18, and we'll then finish 2 RTPs, May 18 and November 18. ठीक है? Done for the day. So I will now take a break. You guys also can take a break. I will then meet you guys